A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear students, today our topic for the class 12th subject zoology. Our topic is what are macrophages? Macrophages. M-A-C-R-O macro P-H-A-G-S macrophages. You know that macrophages are large irregular shaped cells. The macrophages are large. They are large irregular shaped cells. Irregular shaped cells which engulf microbes. Which engulf microbes. Such that their function is to engulf microbes or pathogens, viruses, cellular debris, viruses, cellular debris, etc. They arise by the enlargement of monocytes. They arise by the enlargement of monocytes. You know that monocytes are derived from bone marrow stem cells, and their function is also to engulf particles, including infectious agents. And we know here that it has a large nucleus, macrophages. It has a large nucleus, more lysosomes and more lysosomes, and more mitochondria and more mitochondria than neutrophils, than neutrophils, than neutrophils. And also a macrophage can elef about a macrophage can engulf about about 100 bacteria before it dies. 100 bacteria before it dies. So macrophages are two types. Macrophages are two types. Number one, fixed and wandering. Fixed and wandering. So there some macrophages are fixed in the blood, and some macrophages they are fixed. They are wandering, and the wandering macrophages occur in the connective tissue. We know here that the wandering macrophages they are present, they occur in the connective tissue, occur in the connective tissue. They occur in the connective tissue wandering macrophages throughout the body. Throughout the body. So they occur in the These one macrophages, they occur in the connective tissue such as blood in throughout the body, and they move to the site of infection, like right here. They move to the site of infection, such that when there is the infection in the body, they move to the site infection, like the leukocytes, and dispose of the microbes, just like the WBCs, just like the leukocytes, and they dispose of the microbes, and dispose of the microbes. So we should remember here that it is the function of the macrophages that macrophages are irregular shaped cells and engulf microbes, viruses, cellular debris. They arise by enlargement of monocytes. You know that monocytes are derived from the bone marrow stem cells, and their function is also to engulf particles. And you know that it has a large macrophage, a large nucleus, more lysosomes and more mitochondria than a neutrophil. A macrophage can engulf about 100 bacteria at a time before it dies. Macrophages are two types, fixed and wandering. The wandering macrophage occur in the connective tissue throughout the body. They move to the site infection like the leukocytes and dispose of the bacteria. Then there is the fixed macrophages. Then there is the fixed macrophages. Fixed macrophages are located permanently in certain organs. Fixed macrophages. They are fixed macrophages. You know that they are located permanently in certain organs. Are located permanently in certain organs, such that they are located permanently in certain organs. That is, lungs have alveolar macrophages, such that we have to read here that the lungs, they have alveolar macrophages, such that lungs have alveolar alveolar macrophages, which are fixed in the lungs, and their function is to engulf the bacteria and fight with the bacteria. And also the liver has Kupffer cells. Liver has also the macrophage Kupffer cells. Liver have Kupffer cells. Kupffer Kupffer cells. So our liver has Kupffer cells as macrophages that engulf the bacteria. And renal glomeruli have mesangial cells. Right here, renal glomeruli has mesangial cells. Their structures: lungs have alveolar macrophages, liver have Kupffer cells, and renal glomeruli have mesangial cells. And also the brain has microglial cells. Our brain has microglial cells. Micro, M-I-C-R-O, micro, G-L-I-L, microglial cells. And connective tissue have histiocytes, and connective tissue have histiocytes. Side that we know that connective tissue have histiocytes, histiocytes, and we know that the fixed macrophages also occur in Cyprian. The fixed macrophages also occur. Also it is present also occur in Cyprian, also occur in Cyprian, and also in lymphatic nodes and lymphatic nodes and in the endothelium and in the endothelium is present in the blood vessels, and they engulf the microbes. They engulf the microbes. Their function is they engulf the microbes and dead cells that are carried along in the blood, and dead cells that are carried and dead cells that are carried along in the blood and lymph, along in the blood and lymph, in the blood and lymph. So the wandering and fixed macrophage together form the wandering and fixed macrophages together form. So the wandering and fixed macrophages together form the reticuloendothelial system. Reticulo, R-E-T-I, reti, C-U-Q-L-O, reticulo, endothelial cells, endothelial, T-H-I-L, reticuloendothelial system. So we know that the macrophages, they possess two types of cells, wandering and fixed macrophages. They together form the reticuloendothelial system. Thank you.